What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dollar Mike, aka Michael Mitchell, back at it again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my YouTube gear. Yes, everything I use to record videos, everything I use to edit videos, because it's been a pretty hot topic. Basically, people mentioning it to me in person and through my Instagram and Twitter. People have been asking me the same thing, basically what I use. You can use whatever you want, but we'll get into that. So if you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, what I use to film, edit, whatever, drop a comment down below and let me know anything else you want to know. But if you're interested in any of that, here we go. I got it all right here, all in this one video. So let's get right to the video. Let's go. So to start, I'm not sure who's actually going to be watching this video, but if you're in the process of trying to start your own YouTube channel, let me be very clear with you right now. You do not need any of this equipment, or pretty much most of it. You don't really need most of it, but you don't need really any of this equipment or anything super expensive to get started making YouTube videos or doing anything like that, because number one, you might not really want to do it once you actually figure out what you have to do to make videos. It's not just filming in front of a camera and everything being cool and then editing and everything being cool. It doesn't really work like that. You'll soon learn once you start making videos. You'll know real quick if you want to do it or if you don't want to do it. But regardless, you don't really need all the tools I'm going to provide you with in this video to make your own videos. I don't know what kind of content you're going to be making. You could be sitting in front of a camera making videos like I am, or you could be out in the world doing whatever things you do in the world. So whatever the case may be, here is what I use to make my videos. Hopefully it can help you to make your own videos or just help you to do anything, because this is multi-purpose stuff. So let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, let's record a video. So when I first started my YouTube channel, I did not use the camera that's sitting right in front of me right now, the Sony a6400. I did not use that camera because I wasn't about to spend $800 or whatever amount of money on something that I might not need, and you might not need it as well. So I actually started out with my iPhone and it worked out just fine. Actually it was all video, all audio, straight from the iPhone. I might have did a little bit of editing in Imovie, but that was about it. Everything came straight from the iPhone, off rip, raw. I mean, that was what it was. I mean, if it worked, it worked. If it didn't. I liked what I was doing, and I continued to upgrade my equipment over time, which is something you should think about doing when you're doing just about anything. If you want to make a YouTube video, make a YouTube channel, podcast, anything like that, if you want to do something like that, make sure you go in kind of low budget, unless you really know what you want to do. But just try to go in low budget and then, scale it up over time, because I mean, your viewers obviously know, or your listeners obviously know of the quality bump, as they can probably tell from my videos from looking back. Because if you go watch my first couple videos, like, it's rough, but we'll get into that in a separate video. Regardless, the camera I was using before was my iPhone. I think that was this iPhone right here. So the iPhone XS Max. You can use just about any iPhone, because iPhone cameras are just amazing. iPhone quality is just amazing. Smartphone cameras are just about amazing. I don't really know. It's not, as long as you have a new smartphone or a decently new smartphone. I mean, you can even do this on like an iPhone 7, iPhone 8. You're fine. You're fine. If you want to start pumping videos out like that, do it. Just go ahead and do it. You're not missing out on anything. But the camera I'm using right now, as I mentioned before, is the Sony a6400. This camera is, for me personally, it's for taking pictures and for making videos. So I have a slight hobby of photography. I'm not heavy into photography like I am in video right now, because obviously I'm making all these videos for you guys, and I work and I do all these other things, so I don't really have time to take as many pictures as I like to take pictures of. But when the time comes, or when I feel like I want to take some pictures, like I did over the past weekend, I use that camera, and it's a great camera. It's $800 about, or $700. I think when I got it, I might have got it for like $650, and I got like a bundle and everything. But that was back when I used to work at Best Buy, so I got a discount, all that kind of good stuff. But I think the camera, when I first bought it, it might have been like $1,000, but I got it for like $650. So that's just me. If you got somebody, that Best Buy plug, I mean, I work there, but if you know that Best Buy plug, then go get yourself a discount. Obviously, do your research as far as cameras. I mean, it's so many options for YouTubers, cameras, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you don't really have to spend anything near $200. That's about, $200 will get you a great camera for just starting out on YouTube. Or like I said before, just use your phone. So A6400 is the camera I'm using. It has a flip up screen, so I can actually see myself while I'm recording, which is super nice. And when I also first started on YouTube, I was using a separate mic. So the mic you're listening to now is the Rode Videomicro Mic. Wow. The Rode Videomicro Mic, before, when I first started making videos, like I said before, came straight from the audio of the iPhone, far away, like about 3-4 feet. But I eventually upgraded to a lab microphone, which is like LAV, which is one you can buy on Amazon for about $20. I don't know the name of it, but I'll toss a picture on screen or something like that. You essentially connect it to your iPhone or any basically headphone jack, and you clip it to your clothes and you talk that way. That thing was fine. The thing was cool. It got annoying. I mean, the cable's really long, so it'll reach pretty far. But it got annoying over time, especially with me making videos, because sometimes I record a whole video, go into iMovie to edit it and whatnot. Yes, I use iMovie to edit, but we'll get into that. Go into iMovie and edit it and whatnot, and for some reason the audio just would be like trash or like distorted. I'm just like, bro, like I'm not ready to re-record this whole video. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. I just tried to play with the audio and get it as best as I could. And on those videos, you can probably tell. And on one video, I was just like, it was a great video, but I was just so sick of the audio, because audio is so important, especially now. Like, there's really no excuse to have bad audio now. So audio is just so important. Video is just so important. As long as you have a clear video, good lighting, good audio, which doesn't cost a lot of money, by the way, not at all. As long as you have all those things, you're gonna be pretty successful, I would say. As long as I mean, as long as you're not boring. I mean, but I mean, you're boring. I mean, you can change that too, But regardless, yeah. So audio is a huge thing, and I don't know what was going on. So I had one video which I thought was a great video. I don't remember the video I had, but I uploaded it and everything. I said in the comments or whatever that the audio was weird. Like, I posted it. As soon as I posted it, I was like, the audio is weird. I'm not feeling it. I'm buying a new mic. I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with it. So that's when I got the Rode Videomicro. Got that for like $60 or something like that, and that's kind of where we're at now. I love this mic. Let me know how it sounds to you. But if you go, like I'm telling you, if you go from beginning of the channel to now, that audio bump is crazy good, and the video quality is solid. I'm still working on lighting. I'm not the best with lighting, but I'm figuring all that out. This is a process. So it is what it is. But you should be able to see me. I hope that's pretty good, right? So yeah. So now I got the camera and the mic out of the way. One of the key components to the channel, obviously, because you need a way to record and a way for people to hear you when you're actually recording. But what exactly does the camera sit on? It sits on a tripod. This is the Manfrotto tripod. I believe it's about $100, give or take, something around there. You might catch it on sale, you might not. I think it's between $100 and $120. I got it as a gift, but I did plan on buying it myself. I think it was just around Christmas time, so I was like, let me just toss this on the list. Maybe somebody will cop it, and somebody copped it. So look at that. But the Manfrotto tripod, you do not need to get the Manfrotto tripod or spend anywhere near $100 on a tripod, because I mean, listen, like, if you're serious about this or serious about anything, you do want a decent tripod or photography, video, anything like that. You do want a decent tripod because you don't want a tripod to like fall over or whatever, just be flimsy and just move or do whatever. I don't know. Tripods are funny, but you can easily get a nice, decent tripod for about $40, I'd say. I'll probably put a good recommendation on screen. I already had a tripod before, but this one's just 10 times better. This thing is heavy. It's sturdy. This thing doesn't move. I never had any issues with it. I mean, you shouldn't have any issues with really any tripod, but I've had issues with tripods. And actually, the one I bought myself before I got this one, it was about $45, maybe $50, and the thing was trash. Like, I returned it. It was flimsy. Like, I was like, man, if I touched it, like, I'm not gonna touch this one right now because I'm not gonna hit the screen or whatever. But if I touched it, like, the thing would just fall over. Like, this one, it's gonna move if I touch it. I'm a whole human, and things like still like what 4 pounds. But like, the point is, like, that thing was garbage. Regardless, this is a great tripod. If you're really serious or just want a tripod for everything, I don't know what you do with photography or what you do with video, you may need a good tripod. And also, this isn't my only tripod. This is just the one that sits up from the floor. It goes up about, say about 4 feet. But I also have multiple other tripods that just sit on a desk or something like that. You might have caught me recording a video where my tripod was like right there. That wasn't this one. That was like one of my smaller ones. So, tripods are tripods. You probably go through a lot of them, but it's a solid tripod. I don't see any issue with this one, so that's where we're at right now. By the way, all these products will be linked in the description, so it's no problem there. If you need any links, or if I'm missing a link, just let me know. Anything like that, let me know on the comment section. You know what to do. It's not that hard. But I mentioned earlier that it's not only about the video or the audio, it's also about the lighting, which is part of video, so whatever. But as you can see right now, or you might not be able to see, but some natural light is coming in from over here, and I also have lights on above me and another light in front of me. The light on above me is the Philips Hue bulbs. They're all white right now. The natural light outside is the light of the sun. It's a great resource. I like it. She's decent. But those two things, and I have not a spotlight, but a soft light right behind the camera, which just produces more white light, essentially giving you a more natural look. And that was I believe about $40. I bought that way back when I kind of got the channel started, so I would have to definitely put something on screen to let you guys know what it was called, because I don't remember what it was called. But I believe it was on Amazon for me, like $45. It was part of the newer package, the newer brand, I believe. So I'll put something on screen. I got 2 of those things, and they're fire. It's just that simple. Only use one for my videos, but you know, depending on how big your room is, how much space you kind of have, which I don't have that much space. 1 works for me, 2 may work for you, and it's good for a video, good for pictures, good for just light if you need some light somewhere. It's a bright light, so it does what it needs to do. It shines. So yeah, camera, mic, tripod, you know, so the camera can sit on, and good lighting, or just lighting in general. I think that's all you kind of need to actually record or just make videos. So if I'm wrong, you know, I'll probably say something, but yeah, let's move on. So what I actually use to edit my videos, I use Imovie to edit. As I mentioned before, Imovie is exclusively on the Mac platform or the Apple platform. So if you have a MacBook, an iMac, Mac Pro, anything like that, if you got a Mac Pro, iMac Pro, whatever, you got money. So you probably already know about it. But you probably know about it anyways. It's Apple. Who doesn't really know about it? It's on your iPhone as well. So if you got your videos on your iPhone, you can edit straight on your iPhone. That's how I actually used to make my old videos. Edit it straight off the iPhone. Didn't even bother. Well, I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have a MacBook to actually edit on. So that's kind of that. But regardless, edit with iMovie. iMovie is free once you buy the MacBook or iMac or the Apple product or whatever you want to buy. And since iMovie is free, it's kind of the best option. I mean, you can't really go wrong with free. I mean, it's a great editing software. It's a very entry-level editing software, but for basic videos, it's going to do what you need to do with no problem at all. It's really simple. If you guys want a tutorial on how to like record and edit a video, I can do that too. But it's all free, it's all there, you know, and I like free, you know, it's being a saver, you know, myself. I think I like free. But there are plenty of free options for video editing on Windows. I can drop a couple on screen now, but I just don't think they compare to iMovie, which is also free. So if you could get a Mac for editing, or if you could get an iPhone, or if you're just in the market to get a new iPhone and you get an iPhone, you know, you're perfect. If you're marketing to get a new computer and you get a laptop and a Mac or something like that, then do that. And if you're really serious about it, then yeah, I would go for that, because I mean the free options on Windows, personally, I just don't like. So I don't really have any in particular I would recommend as far as that. That pretty much covers everything regarding what I used to film and what I used to edit, but I do want to take a quick second and talk about storage. The reason I'm mentioning storage is for your computer, it's not really that big a deal, because most people, generally speaking, if you have a Windows PC, you probably have a solid hard drive in there, which is perfectly fine for editing and doing all that kind of stuff. It's a big enough hard drive. Video editing does take a lot on your CPU, so that's something to think about, but I mean, if you're doing this, if you're making like these little YouTube videos, trust me, you don't need anything special to do this. Regardless, the main thing I do want to talk about is storage, and the reason I say that is because when you go and buy something like a MacBook Pro, which is what I have, a MacBook Pro, when you go and buy something like that, they're not that cheap, and I mentioned this before, they're not that cheap. So for me, when I got it, I didn't get the top of the line MacBook Pro that has 2 terabytes of storage that just stores everything on there. I mean, because like that was like $3,000, like. No, I'm not paying $3,000 for a laptop that I'm probably going to get rid of in about 2 years. No, it doesn't really make much sense. So I got the base model because that's all I really needed, and I was just getting a new laptop anyway. Got the base model. So with the base model, you're getting base storage. It only has 128 gigabytes of onboard storage, and you may say, okay, that's enough for what I want to do, but if you're making YouTube videos and you're saving all your videos, because you shouldn't delete any of your videos ever. You should always have a copy of your videos saved somewhere, but if you want to save it to your Mac, you can forget it, because you're going to run out of space in like a week. So since it's not any more internal storage, that's when you had to resort to external storage. And in that case, I have this right here, which is a external SSD. This is from SanDisk. I'll put it on screen right there for you. This is from SanDisk, and essentially it's this little tiny device. I mean, it literally can clip onto your keys or whatever. You plug it right into your Mac, and that's literally it. It's just extra storage. I have all my videos stored on here, and I'll probably get another one for backup or somewhere else to back up my videos, because if this thing dies, which is possible, any hard drive can really die, or SSD can die. If anything happens to this, then all my videos that I've ever made, they'll be gone. They'll still be on YouTube, but I won't have them actually raw, all the files, all that kind of stuff. It won't be on here. And this is 1 terabyte, and I got this for about $150. If you go and try to upgrade your thing on Mac or Apple or whatever, it's going to cost you about $100 to $200 just to get another 100 gigabytes. That's 100% not worth it. If you could always save the money in storage, always do that. So that, basically that. And another thing I also use to actually edit my videos, or what I used to need to edit my videos, is an SD card. So when you record on a camera, like a real camera, you'll probably have an SD card or a micro SD card that you record on. If you record on your phone, then the videos are just on your phone, and you can just edit them straight from your phone or pass them over to wherever you want to pass them over to. But for people that's using a normal camera, like I said before, you'll have an SD card or a micro SD card that all your videos and photos will go to, and you'll have to take that off of there, put it onto your computer, and then you can actually go and edit everything. So with the new MacBooks, if you don't know, they don't have all those legacy ports like HDMI, USB, USB 3, USB 2, whatever. They don't have all these ports on there anymore. You can see this thing is like super slim, so it's really no ports on there. As you can see, it's about 3. I mean, I'm not that close, but it's only 3 ports on there. 2 of them on the left side is USB-C, so that's for these 2. And then the one on the right side is a headphone jack. If you have a bigger MacBook Pro, then you're going to get 4 ports on this instead of 2. But like I said before, I didn't really need a bigger one, and I wasn't spending the extra $1,000 anyway, so you can just forget that part. Regardless, I got one of these, which is essentially an adapter, and it has all its ports on there for you, so you don't have to go and spend an extra $1,000 or whatever amount of money to get it. You can spend about $100 or less, because they go on Amazon for anywhere between $50 and $100. And it kind of has all those ports on there that you need, that plugs everything in, and you can plug multiple things in at once, and that's kind of that. So basically the 2 little prongs right here, you would plug that into the side of your Mac. On the other side, you can see we got a port for another USB, HDMI, so you can hook it up to a TV or whatever, 2 USB 3.1 ports. On the bottom, we can see you have a hole for the micro SD and the regular SD card slot. And then on the top, if you open this piece up right here, you can actually plug it in and get your Ethernet. So if you want to have a wired connection instead of a wireless connection, then there you go. All in this little dongle. And it was about $60. I do not remember the name of it, but obviously I'll drop it in the link in the description, and it'll be on screen. So there you kind of go. That's everything I use to record my videos, to edit my videos, to make sure the workflow is smooth, and that's essentially that. So if you have any questions about anything I mentioned in this video, anything like that, just make sure you drop a comment down below. Down below in the description will be my link. It'll be titled My YouTube Gear, I believe, and it'll be the link to everything I talked about in this video, plus some extra stuff that you might find useful. Maybe you won't find it useful. I don't know. You let me know down in the comment section. But everything will be there down in the description for you, and that's kind of it. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit it with a like button. If you didn't, still hit it with a like button, because it still helps the channel out. If you hit it with a dislike button, it is what it is. I understand. But just hit it with a like, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Regardless, if you have any questions about any of this stuff, like I mentioned before, you have any questions about personal finance, because that's what my channel is 100% about, basically, then yeah, drop it down below. You know what to do. You know the drill. So I'm out. Dollar Mike. Peace.